from school. So, as you may know, if you watched my last video, I had an SOL today, which is basically like state tests, and I'm not allowed to talk about like the questions or what was on the test or stuff like that, because I don't want to get in trouble and I don't want to have to retake that stuff. Anyways, it was interesting. Did not go as smoothly as I thought it would. This morning I slept in, forgot my water bottle and my book for school, and I was almost late to the bus, and it was freezing cold, but at least I wore what I planned on. That's what it looks like on my body, just jeans and a sweater. It's not a big deal. And basically the test did not go as well as I wanted it to. At least I thought it'd be pretty smooth, and it wasn't. A lot of the questions my teacher didn't really review us for, and a lot of them were just stuff that I didn't understand, or a lot of stuff that I wasn't sure about. And I think most of that is also on my part, because I am not great at grammar stuff. Like, I think I'm okay at writing it out, but the grammar. Also, my fingers are like red because I just walked home and it's cold. Also, in coding today, we had our emerging technologies project. So my group did AI, artificial intelligence, and listen, buddy. My knees were weak and my palms were sweaty. There was not vomit on my sweater already, and there was no mom spaghetti, and I was sad. I did not do well. I cannot present, and for once I was pretty comfortable, because for some reason whenever everyone else in my group is super uncomfortable, I get super like, heck yeah. Anyways, so I thought I was gonna be fine. I was pumped, I was ready, and I don't know, I was like, all right, let's get this presentation over with. And so then when I was talking, I was definitely talking too fast, so I was trying to purposely slow myself down. I think I was being loud enough. I'm pretty good about making sure to project my voice, but I was trying to like not look like just like this the whole time and just be like staring at the screen, because I didn't know what to do with myself. Also, sweater didn't have pockets. Bad decision, because normally I put my hands in my pockets, but I didn't have pockets, so I was just kind of like awkwardly holding my sweater down. But I realized that I looked like a brick, so I was trying, as I was talking, to like turn my head a little bit and like talk to the crowd, When I did, I shook so badly. Like while I was turning, it's like I couldn't, because it was like I just wouldn't move, and I was shaking so badly. And I was trying to like get myself together and be like, okay, calm down, you're fine. And I wasn't really feeling anxious during the presentation. I was just kind of shaky, and I don't know. I think it went well. I think we had a lot of information, and I think that we're probably going to get a good grade on it. I think that I did not present very well, because that's not really my strong suit, but I don't know. I think it's going to be okay. So I'm home from school, and I don't have any homework today because of the SOL, obviously. And okay, let's talk about SOLs. So basically, where I go to school, a lot of the teachers like to say like, oh, SOLs don't matter, don't worry about it, don't stress too much, standardized tests are dumb, and they love to preach the kind of stuff that's like, oh, we shouldn't do standardized tests, you can't expect a fish to climb a tree, stuff like that, which is good. My blanket's in the way. Which is, good, but also, they put so much pressure on how important the SOLs are. Like, going into high school, we had like a little orientation thing where they talk about all the classes. I left that early because it was really boring and I can just ask my brothers. Also, my hair's a bit curlier today because I didn't straighten it. But anyways, going into high school, they were like, yeah, if you're going to be in honors or not, whether or not you get into this class, it all depends on your SOL scores, and that's dumb. Mostly because what the teachers tell us is that the SOLs are to make sure that we're learning what we're supposed to be learning, but then they put so much stress on us about how important the SOLs are and how you got to do this. And my friend Lily was talking about how when she lived in Colorado, whenever they had their version of SOLs, which are just like their state tests, they didn't even know they were happening. They were just like, oh, guys, you have your state test today, sorry. And then it wasn't a big deal. They're more focused on like, oh, you're getting this and stuff. And don't get me wrong, they do the same thing here, but they care so much about the SOLs, and they put, especially in high school, they put so much pressure on you to do well because it's really competitive, and especially a lot of people are trying really hard to get into TJ or Thomas Jefferson High School, and that's a STEM school, and it's a really big deal to try to get into it. Like, people will like move from out of the state to move here just to try to get into the school, and it's part just, yeah. I didn't try to get into the school because I felt like it would be too overwhelming for me, and I was pretty confident in the high school that I was going to was going to be a good fit for me, and I didn't really want to get into that. The steps, you got to take the Iowa test. And in 6th grade, you take the Iowa test. So in 6th grade, let me start over. In 6th grade, everyone, at least at my elementary school, had to do 6th and 7th grade math all at once. You didn't have a choice. You had to do 6th and 7th grade math all together. And then you had to take the 6th and the 7th grade math as well. And then in 6th grade, you also take the Iowa test. And basically, it's not your score, but it's about percentiles. So you had to get above the 91st percentile of that test to get into Algebra 1 as a 7th grader. And, okay, my brother, he got 89. I also got an 89 on that. And it's basically like this timed test where you just do, like, algebra problems. And it's kind of dumb. And a lot of people, there's a lot of pressure about people getting into Algebra 1, but a lot of people have to drop out of that class, and they have to move to lower classes. And even this year, when I'm taking Algebra 1, like, normally, I guess, because I took 8th grade math last year, basically, like, a lot of people drop from Algebra 1 honors because it's just too hard for them. And then a lot of people start getting into geometry, and they're focusing really hard on getting into these schools. And even at my school, we have the IB program, and they push a lot of people to do that. And that's something that you shouldn't be doing if you're not in the right state to do that. Because a lot of people, they're like, yeah, do the IB program, which is basically college level courses to get college credit. And the IB program is so you get an IB diploma, which is a lot of work. I'm not doing that. None of my brothers have done that. One of my friends, her sister did it, and, you know, that works for her. But my brother talks about how there's a lot of issues with it, where there's a lot of problems with stuff like caffeine pills, people taking, people will take meds for ADHD when they shouldn't be, and then just to try to do better at school and try to keep up, and people aren't sleeping, and they aren't taking care of themselves, and then people are depressed because of school, and then school just loves to immediately go to the media, and I'm like, buddy, I am not depressed because when I go on Instagram, I look at memes, like shitty memes, okay? I am not depressed because I see pictures of my friends hanging out. That's not how this shit works. I am depressed because, okay, there's not a reason. People get depressed because of the pressure school puts on them, okay? Like, they try so hard, and there's such high expectations to do well, and they love to say that, don't worry about it, health is first. And they're such hypocrites because they say that they care about that, and when it comes down to it, they just want to make sure that they look good. And parents want to make sure that their kids are super good, you know? But it's like kids are being pushed way too hard, and I don't think that people have a super great understanding of what that pressure is like, especially nowadays where you have to have a college degree, a master's degree to even get in a slightly good job right now. And we have to think about all this stuff that's happening. We have to solve the garbage fire that is the world right now and worry about all this shit. And then at the same time, we have to worry about our education. And what's the point of doing well in fucking middle school if our world's literally going to be on fire by the time I'm like 30? Like, people don't want to take care of it. And it's just, it sucks. It really does. School sucks. And, I mean, I still try hard. I still want to do well. And it's easy for myself to just get lost in the spiral. But, honestly, when it comes to school, I just try to do what works for me. And it's easy for me to say that because my parents don't necessarily push super hard about that. I mean, obviously, if I have a C, they're going to get mad. But I don't have the type of parents who are going to get mad at me for having anything below an A. So it's easy for me to say that with that type of parents. And for a lot of people, they have a lot stricter parents who are going to make sure that they get really good grades and push them to take more honors classes. But if you got the choice, don't take too many honors. And a lot of times when you're selecting your courses, you can talk to the person and be like, listen, my parents really want me to do this, but I'm not going to be able to do that. And then they're like, okay, so you're not going to do that. And just try to know your limits. Think like, okay, am I really going to be able to do all honors, or am I going to have to slow it down? And yeah, you just gotta figure it out. And for example, last year I was taking all honors and I was doing okay in the subjects that I liked, and I was also doing really bad and I never did my homework. And so then eventually I was diagnosed with a type of ADHD, but inattentive, so it's a bit quieter, but it's a whole different thing. So I will take ADHD medicine to help me focus, and that's different than people who take it when they're not supposed to, because that's a really big problem. Because when you actually have ADHD and there's a problem with your brain, so that happens, the meds are there to balance it out. So that way there's not an issue anymore. But when people who already don't have an issue take it to try to do better, it can cause a lot of problems. And especially with, what's that, what's it called, the medicine that's like, Adderall. A lot of people will take Adderall, and that's not good for you, because the thing with Adderall is it's still an experimental drug, and basically, so what my medicine does is it's a bit more like, okay, so I'm not that, and then it's a bit more like that, and then it's smooth. But what Adderall does is a bit more like that, and then it's like that. So you crash down really hard. And if you're already here, so then you're going, so you're here, right? So then you're going like this, and then you're going like that. Versus someone who's already here, they're going like this, and then they're going like that. You know what I mean? So, it's just, yeah. I'm sorry, this was a really ranty video, and I didn't really do much. I was just kind of talking to you guys about how school sucks. But, yeah. If you liked the video, let me know. If you, just honestly, if you saw this video, like, even if you watched it to this point, please say something in the comments. Just anything. I don't really care. Just, I don't know. It's nice to feel like people are listening to me. And, I might upload a cover of a song, and, you know, gotta upload that basic white girl ukulele cover. Because I like singing, and I'm kind of shit at it. I like playing ukulele, and I'm also kind of shit at it, but they both make me happy, and that's what matters. Okay? Okay. So, I hope you guys have a really good day. I hope this made your day a little bit better, if you're not. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye.